Welcome back, friends. This is Joe. Glad to connect with you. We're going to do the summer 2018 update. Start off with a bang here. A Hofner, completely authentic pick display, acquired this past year. Look at those nice picks. It's from 1970. This is a D'Andrea design, obviously made by D'Andrea. They had their card shape just like this. Finger snakes are the same, colors are the same. They also used this logo, professional pick, for many of their picks. Then we're going to go down underneath that and take a look at what we have. This is basically 1960s and 70s we're looking at here. Two really nice Wabashes and what we call second generation Mosaic. A really cool Jerry Oddo, patented in 1967. The Oddo, look at that serrated ridge. He may have been the first to do that. That was also done by shark fin, and here is an early shark fin, but he has rounded serrations and not pointy ones like the Oddo. That solid gold circle, that was part of the very first logo, and I believe this to be the second generation, late 1960s version. Blue, very thick nylon, thicker than anything they use today. We got a Gibson, unusual shape here. The celluloid and that Gibson logo are not that unusual, but that particular shape is an elongated 358. Two Conrads, Japan, 1960s. D'Andrea, 1960s. Mother of pearl with their old cursive logo. The Labello pick, just like the Oddo, double layered. Two Wurlitzers, and you see the W inside the G cleft right there. Coming down here, we have some Coast picks, but the logo's worn off. But take a look at the celluloid. Isn't that some fine-looking celluloid? Now we have a couple of Honers, and you can see these are loose Honers, just like from the card, circa 1970. Some Ice Cube pattern picks. Ice Cubes go back to 1939. But I'm putting them conservatively in this group from post-1950 period, just after the Golden Age. Some really nice D'Andrea cork grips, and that's a single-sided, and this is double-sided cork. Here we go, the 345, very hard to come by, the 345. Couple of laminates right here, thumb picks. The inside is different than the outside. Several sheets of celluloid put together. Laminates again from the early 60s. Look at that. White on the back, sparkle on front. That's a double-sided laminate. And drum shells for that period look just the same. That's why we know they're from the 60s. Some more 60s pattern picks we're looking at here. And I'm trying to go through this kind of fast because my phone keeps dying on me. And again, more pattern picks. You can see the variation, types of patterns. Maybe the light will catch that. Some really nice mosaics. Those are all Japanese. And at the end, we have this D'Andrea mosaic. D'Andrea mosaics. Very hard to come by those. Japanese mosaics, not too hard. Some D'Andrea shapes in red. They go back to the 1920s using red. These don't go back that far. These are 1960s right here. Now we're going to take a look at some pattern picks, 1940s. Look at those gorgeous pattern picks. Now I have these pattern picks in my collection. I should say that color variety or that pattern variety. I have this pattern variety, but I do not have it in these shapes. So always trying to get the same or different shapes in the same pattern. You can see those aren't the same. Those are different patterns. This is broken lines, different colors. This is like a two-tone brown right here. 1940. Both of these trapezoids. A little dot, little rubber grip there. Tended to improve grip. But isn't that gorgeous if we take it over here to the side? That celluloid's made that way. That's not printed. And I actually see those in a 1940 catalog. Unknown maker of these shapes, believed to be from the Midwest, pattern picks. A nice 1930s greenish blend. Here we have a nice basket weave. Again, not DeAndrea, but these, yes, DeAndrea. Rare DeAndrea, 368.5. That shape, that fat shape there. Couple of faux ivories right here. This has these really strange groove lines in it. It can be seen going back to the 1930s. These two picks, obviously DeAndrea right here. Catalog number not known. That's a clear blue, 1960s. These three unknown, and this is an M&E toy guitar pick that came with a guitar when you bought a toy guitar for your child back in the 50s and 60s. And here we go. We got the heavy stuff. We're coming up. This is the grand finale, and today is 4th of July. So how fitting. I'll start here at the bottom. DeAndrea shapes, colors. I even have a note on the back of this one. Unknown shape came to 1930s DeAndrea samples, compared to 1930 DeAndrea samples. What I'm going to compare is I have 1930s DeAndrea celluloid that looks exactly like that. And I'm going to attempt to determine that if it's one of the unknown catalog numbers. Same with that one. Unknown maker here, clear celluloid was popular in the 1930s. Here we're looking at all those wide-banded and delicious types of celluloid from the 1920s and 30s and 40s. Really early cork grips here. Here's an early DeAndrea, World War II, one of the few times they ever used agglomerated cork. They usually used all natural, as we see with that one. All these picks are hard to come by. This is not a DeAndrea, though. Look at that wide interior hole. DeAndrea never produced holes that wide in their cork grips. This corrugated pick is not etched. It's actually a raised type of grit, like they use something hot to emboss into the celluloid and cause that raised effect. Another oldie right there, 1930s. Coming here, we can see the DeAndrea crescent grip, 1930s. Two unusual, older Mosaic styles. And Nick Lucas Deluxe, early 1940s, impressed. Even rarer than the original 1931 model. There we have two original crayon mosaics right there. They're gorgeous. Odie Driscoll, 1931. 1914 Burwise. Here's a $300 pick. Easily. The Odell, Herbert Forrest Odell, 1900. And this is what I consider the highlight of the entire video. About 6 or less of those known to exist. Look at this gorgeous 1930s Gibson pair. Two different sizes, made by DeAndrea because they're DeAndrea shapes. And DeAndrea had a relationship with Gibson on and off throughout the years. Gibson made so many picks, maybe DeAndrea couldn't keep up with production. They had to find someone else to make picks as well. But that's a very, very nice celluloid style that could be seen on the pick guards. Pick guards from guitars from the 1930s. So down and dirty, there you have it. Glad you're back with me. And I hope to be doing some more videos in the not too distant future. Take care for now. You could reach me at finepick7@yahoo.com or leave a message here. Bye-bye.